Soon to be famous, top of the heap. Soon to be famous, my autograph's still cheap. Soon to be famous, you don't know me yet. I'm an up-and-coming superstar that you haven't met.
Well, hello out there again. I'm Dennis Stout.
And I'm Dave Allen.
We're
Stouted Allen.
And Soon to Be Famous is a musical variety show. For those of you out in TV land who have never seen the show here before, we feature weekly new, refreshing, untapped talent brought to you right here, almost live in our Cablevision studio.
As you mentioned, Dennis, there is a lot of untapped talent out there that we feel rivals the best of the famous names in this industry, and we're going to bring it to you. Right now, though, we're going to bring you a tune dedicated to all you gamblers out there.
Right. Gamblers of Love, that is. This has been written by Chris Wall, another soon-to-be famous artist that we'd love to get on the show soon. You know I've been wrong before. Lord knows I'll be wrong again. I've made some bad bets, baby. Lost my share of 5s and 10s. But I still can't tell a good thing when I see one. So I think I'll take a chance and let it all ride on you. Let it all ride on you. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Well, my hands are shaking, my poker face is breaking, got a lot to lose. You know that nothing tears a gambler apart like a high-stakes game of hearts. So dealer, deal them cards and let it all ride on you. Well, you know I've been down before, all the way down to my last dime. Well, I've been called a loser. God knows I feel like a winner this time. You know I've never seen a safer bet since Secretariat. So I think I'll take a chance and let it all ride on you. Let it all ride on you. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Well, my hands are shaking, my poker face is breaking, got a lot to lose. You know that nothing tears a gambler apart like a high-stakes game of hearts. So I think I'll take a chance and let it all ride on you. Look at that. Well, you know I've been wrong before. Lord knows I'll be wrong again. I've made some bad bets, baby. Lost my share of 5s and 10s. But I still can't tell a good thing when I see one. So I think I'll take a chance and let it all ride on you. Let it all ride on you. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Well, my hands are shaking, my poker face is breaking, got a lot to lose. You know that nothing tears a gambler apart like a high-stakes game of hearts. So I think I'll take a chance and let it all ride on you. So dealer, won't you deal them cards and let it all ride on you. Okay, we're going to do a song now that's going to take you back to the days of Pencil-Thin Mustaches, sung by Jimmy Buffett. Dave's going to sing it for you.
They make new movies in old black and white with happy endings where nobody fights. So if you find yourself in that nostalgic rage, honey, jump right up, show your age. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, the Boston Blackie kind, a two-tone Ricky Ricardo jacket, or an autograph picture of Andy Devine. Now I remember being buck-toothed and skinny, writing fan letters, disguising his pen. If I only had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could solve some mysteries too. Well, then as bandstand Disneyland, growing up fast, drinking on a fake ID. And Rhymer up the jungle was everyone's Moana, but only jazz musicians are smoking marijuana. Oh, I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, and I could do some cruising too.
Scatman
I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache. There's flat top soda pop cop in a field, rubbing on the living room floor so sore. They send you off to college just to gain a little knowledge, but all you want to do is learn how to score. Whoa, now that I'm old, I don't wear underwears, I don't go to church and I don't cut my hairs, but I can go to movies and see it all there, just the way that it used to be. That's why I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, the Boston Blackie kind, a two-tone Ricky Ricardo jacket, or an autograph picture of Andrew Devine. Now I could be most anything I wanted to be, a Swave Errol Flynn or the Sheik of Araby. If I only had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could do some cruising too. Grilled cream, a little dabble do ya? Now I could do some cruising too. Wahoo! Now here come, here come. Okay, now all the world loves a love song, and nobody more than us. And so we'd like to do this one love song that was written by Dennis and a good friend of ours named Rick Curtis. It's going to be on our next album, and here it is.
So many times we tried to talk it over, so many times it all turned out the same. You say you're tired of compromising, I'm tired of playing a losing game. So I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is I won't stand in your way, and I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is I'm leaving you today. No more fighting at the table, no more crying all night long, no more lonely times together, no more hurting when I'm gone. 'Cause I got some good news and some bad news. Good news is I won't have much to say. I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is I'm leaving you today. And I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is I won't stand in your way. And I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is I'm leaving you today. Okay, we have a song now for you people into an alternative lifestyle. Now, this song was written by Tom Lear, and it's about a subject we call S&M. You might have seen in front of your Penthouse magazines. We're not talking sales and management, folks.
I ache for the touch of your lips, dear, but much more for the touch of your whips, dear. You can raise welts like nobody else as we dance to the masochism tango. Let our love be a flame, not an ember. Say it's me that you want to dismember. Blacken my eye, set fire to my tie as we dance to the masochism tango. At your command, before you here I stand. My heart is in my hand, it's here that I must be. My heart entreats, just hear those savage beats, and go put on your cleats and come and trample me. Your heart is hard as stone or mahogany. That's why I'm in such exquisite agony. My soul is on fire, to flame with desire, which is why I perspire when we tango. You caught my pulse in your left castanet, love. I can feel the pain yet, love. Every time I hear drums, and I envy the rose that you held in your teeth, love, with the thorns underneath, love, sticking into your gums. Your eyes cast a spell that bewitches. The last time I needed 20 stitches to sew up the gash you made with your lash as we danced to the masochism tango. Bash in my brain and make me scream with pain and kick me once again and say we'll never part. I know too well I'm underneath your spell, so darling, if you smell something burning, it's my heart. Take your cigarette from its holder and burn your initials in my shoulder. Fracture my spine and swear that you're mine as we dance to the masochism tango.
All right, it's time for our guest artist, and this week's soon-to-be famous guest artist is none other than Lance Salling, a good friend of ours who's been playing around the Southland for some time now, and he's going to be doing some of his original songs for us. So without further ado, Lance Salling.
Life is so full of unfinished business. How will I ever find time for it all? Seems like no matter which way that I'm facing, I feel the chill of my back to the wall. Monterey, it's a beautiful day. Won't you just put me up for a while? My mind is needing that old laid-back feeling. I wanna do it in style. Given good time, all our trials are over. The waiting is always the hardest to bear. And I know I feel myself swiftly becoming a person who loves and who knows how to care. Monterey, it's a beautiful day. Won't you just put me up for a while? My mind is needing that old laid-back feeling. I wanna do it in style. Now it's cloudy and starting to rain, and I need to be northbound again. Heaven on earth is the fortune of some folk. Most of us find it just out of our reach. I found Valhalla, the mountains of redwoods, my head in the clouds and my feet on the beach. And Monterey, hey, it's a beautiful day. Won't you just put me up for a while? My mind is needing that old laid-back feeling. I wanna do it in style. Monterey, it's a beautiful day. Won't you just put me up for a while? My mind is needing that old laid-back feeling. I wanna do it, I wanna do it, I wanna do it in style.
This is a song that was written to try and sound like an old song, like a 40s tune maybe. It's called Foolin' Around.
Saw that look in your eye. Are you making me high? Are you putting me on? You make it hard to say no. Is this what I've been told? They call fooling around. My body aches from takes and retakes of a trick I learned as a young man. I practice like hell, but under your spell I feel like the master of all that I am. And I know that neither of us cares to be anything but fancy free. I know we're just fooling around. My body aches from takes and retakes of a trick I learned as a young man. I practice like hell, but under your spell I feel like the master of all that I am. I know that neither of us cares to be anything but fancy free. I know we're just fooling around. You told me we're fooling around. I think that this feels like fooling around. It's all talk, it's all talk, it's all talk, it's all talk. There's no fooling, fooling, fooling around.
Okay, we're interviewing Salling, who you just heard, and Lance is playing around Southland, as I mentioned before. Why don't we start off, Lance, by telling people where you are playing?
I have a partner named Larry Bonnier, who is a great bass player. We've been together about 10 months, and right now we're off nights Sunday, Monday, Tuesday at the Rusty Pelican in Newport Beach, and for the next 2 weeks, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at Jeremiah's in Huntington.
So it's the two of you as a duo.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's where you can go to hear him. Do you do a lot of original material in your nightclub act?
Used to do more of it as when I played single. Larry and I haven't learned a lot of it because we didn't feel it was important right away. There's a lot of times when folks in cocktail lounges aren't particularly interested in songs they haven't heard before. But we're slipping it in slowly.
Kind of sneaking it up on them. Tell me, like the songs that you did today, how do you come upon a song like that? I mean, does it just come to you, or do you set out with a certain goal in mind and write the song around that?
It happens all different ways. I've heard lots of other interviews with songwriters, and they say sometimes the whole thing happens at once, and sometimes you have a complete structured poem first, and you set it to music, and sometimes you have the melody, and you got to push words into it. So it happens all different ways.
Mm-hmm. When you wrote the tune Monterey, were you actually in Monterey? And
I had passed through there on a trip up north, and it really isn't much of a place. It's very quiet. Nothing goes on there. There's not a lot of entertainment industry or things to do, but it's a very quiet, peaceful place, and didn't spend a lot of time there, but it just had impressed me. And the song makes reference to giant redwoods, which there aren't any in Monterey, but the trip included a trip through Big Basin redwoods and Big Sur, and so it was just a conglomeration of moods passing through the area. Just basically a song about getting away from L.A. area.
I see. Where do you think, like we've had a lot of new music, like we've got the new wave music coming up, and the punk style, of course, is kind of peaking. Where do you think the pop music is going to be going in the near future? Have you any thoughts on that?
I think a lot of it depends on what market you're talking about. The 12 to 16 are always going to have something that's their own, and there's always going to be a place for groups like Steely Dan, Doobie Brothers, and classy, sparkly music, and there's always going to be a place for country. I don't think the new wave is as much of a fad as everybody makes it out to be, because I don't listen to it. And I know there's a lot of people buying records that are not listening to it. So it's just a matter of which market. I think something that sounds radical is always going to have a place.
Where would you put your own style of music in there? I mean, if you had to label it, how would you label it?
FM.
FM. Easy listening.
Yeah. I listen to KNX, and they've gotten a lot of friends of mine started, people I know that have albums out, and it's mellow rock along the lines of James Taylor, Kenny Rankin, just easy to listen to, not too complicated.
Well, I think we've got time for another tune. You want to do another tune for us?
Okay, let's do it.
Excellent.
One look, one night. What makes you look that way at me tonight? I don't know what to say. Your kiss, this fire. What's happening to you? Defeat desire. I think I feel it too, and I feel it too. I love the feeling. My head is reeling. Your kiss is all I'm thinking of. I love the feeling. just a look. I just can't wait until the time is right. How good is great? Will we find out tonight? Will we find out tonight? I love the feeling. My head is reeling. Your kiss is all I'm thinking of. I love the feeling. I love the feeling of the first signs of falling in love. I love the feeling. My head is reeling. Your kiss is all I'm thinking of. I love the feeling. I love the feeling of the first signs of falling in love. Of the first signs of falling in love.
Okay, it's the portion of our show now where Dave and I get to jam with our soon-to-be famous guest, and our soon-to-be famous guest, Lance Salling, used to work with us out at Knott's Berry Farm, and we had a group called the Outriders out there in the summer 70s, so we thought we'd be nostalgic and go back and do one of those fun songs that we used to do at the farm. It's an old song called Mountain Dew.
There's an old hollow tree down the road just a piece where you lay down $1 or two. Then you go round the bend and when you come back again, there's a jug of that Mountain Dew. They call it that good old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. My Uncle Mort, he sawed off and short, Lord, he stands just 5'2". Imagine her surprise when she had it analyzed. It was nothing but that good old Mountain Dew. They call it that good old Mountain Dew, and they that refuse it are few. I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
I'll take one, Dave. Oh, saw that thing.
That good old Mountain Dew, they that refuse it are few. I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. I said I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
Okay, that's going to about wrap it up today for us. We'd like to thank all you people out there in our studio audience for joining us today. We'd like to especially thank Lance Salling, our soon-to-be famous guest this week. Thank you, Lance. It was more fun than should be humanly allowed, I think. And really, it's always good seeing Lance. Y'all catch him if you can. He's out there playing in the Southland somewhere. I know this tape might be reviewed sometime down the road. And call up Cablevision of Orange if you'd like to know where any of us are currently entertaining. And we'd sure be glad to see you in the audience. Anyway, we're going to have to say goodnight now. So, good night now. Well, I've been playing nightclubs now for close to 15 years. Well, I've played them all, both big and small, working for tips and beers. Yeah, I finally think I paid my dues, and I guess that's safe to say that one of these days soon I'll be doing things my way. 'Cause I'm soon to be famous, top of the heap. Soon to be famous, my autograph still cheap. Soon to be famous, you don't know me yet. I'm an up-and-coming superstar that you haven't met. And I'm
soon to be famous, soon to be famous.